Okay, I think we may be live. We'll find out in, an hour or so. Hi, I'm J City, guys. Some of you already know me as Jordan. Nobody's currently watching yet. That's totally fine. If you come back to this video, welcome to my channel. This is our first live stream. I'm really excited to play with you guys and show you some of the cool stuff. Oh, we have our first viewer right here. Wonderful, welcome. So, yeah, I did a poll today saying like, whoa, what do you guys want me to play? And only one person voted, so that's fine. Marco, thank you for voting. We will be playing Beat Saber today. I'm excited to show you guys my Beat Saber skills because I've been getting like somewhat decent. Oh no, it says casting live streaming content not available.
Oh no!
Is that because of like copyright stuff or something? Okay, so apparently we have got a problem with streaming Beat Saber, guys. It looks like probably due to copyright infringement stuff, can't do Beat Saber. So, Marco, if you're watching this, I'm terribly sorry. It looks like I may have to do Tilt Brush today instead. So, please understand. All right, let's just go on with this live stream then. Thanks for watching, single viewer. If you are enjoying the content, feel free to leave a comment. I can see a little comment section on the bottom there. Hello, second viewer. Welcome. Hello. Oh my gosh, 3 viewers. How exciting. All right, welcome to my live stream, guys. For those just jumping in, this is J City. I'm going to be drawing some stuff on Tilt Brush today. Yeah, so I started learning Tilt Brush while working at VR World in New York. And I've been working on a bunch of different stuff. So first I'm just gonna like show you guys some of what I've worked with. My first like big piece was just me messing around with all the different brushes and colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip this so you can just kind of see what I did. I've been working with Tilt Brush for quite a while, and like just the amount of stuff that you can do in this program is insane. Like you can do like these kind of more two-dimensional types of brush strokes and everything. Some more like effect kind of stuff, like, you got your snowflakes here. I love the light effects here and embers. You got some cool like electric looking stuff here too. Yay, thanks for the likes and reactions, guys. Welcome to my live stream. And what else we got? Oh yeah, lots of weird funky stuff. Like here's some of the more like 3-dimensional brush strokes you can create in the program. Oh, this brush stroke right here is called the Comet. It's probably my favorite because you can do a lot of really awesome like fireball type effects and stuff like that. It's awesome. And then of course you got one of my favorite brushes to use for creating like 3-dimensional objects is this one. It's called the hull. There's 3 types of hulls. You got your shiny hull, your matte hull, your I forget what it's called. It's like some other kind of hull. Unlit hull right here, which clearly like it's unlit. It's a 3D object, but it doesn't have any shading or lighting. And then you've got your diamonds, which is basically like a translucent hull. It's awesome. So yeah, that's just like a basic breakdown of what you can do in terms of like brush strokes. Other than that, there's so much you can do with this program. It's insane. So like you've got these different parts of this is your palette, essentially. You know, you've got different colors, different tools. You've got an eraser. Like, so the way the eraser works, this is my one quip with Tilt Brush, is that the eraser only erases a brushed stroke. So rather than like erasing a certain part of your drawing, it will literally take out an entire brush stroke. So like if you only wanted to take out a piece of something you made, like make a little detail, unfortunately you can't. You just have to do a perfect brush stroke that one time. Otherwise, you can just undo or redo, which is, you know, like that's no problem, I guess. But that is one limitation that I've always kind of like been like, could be improved. So Google, if you're listening, which we all know they are, improve that in Tilt Brush. Give us an eraser that actually erases stuff, not just a brushstroke eraser. Then you've got your dropper. That's really useful if you're like coming back to other stuff, like you want to do the same type of brushstroke. You got your recolor too, you know, make it a different color. So let's make this swirly thing black, or a dark purple at least, etc. Selection, love the selection tool. It's much more robust on the Vive, I've noticed, on the selection tool. Like on the Vive you can do a bunch of different, like you can do a big group selection thing or something. It looks like you can on here, but it never seems to work quite the way I want it. Here's my favorite tool though. You see this little button right here that's like highlighting? Well, when you press that, you can copy your object, which is amazing. And then also, like when you have an object selected, if you press these little grip buttons on the side here, you can make your object bigger or smaller. That's a lot of fun. So like if you're wanting to like draw something and then make it like really, really ridiculously big, you can. So that's really fun to work with. But if you don't like something, this is our fun thing I always like about Tilt Brush, is you can just throw it into the sky. Bye-bye, right? Then you've got your mirror tool. Mirror tool is really awesome. You can do lots of really great symmetrical effects and stuff with the mirror tool. So like, say you have mirror open, you can make like a symmetrical object, like this fabulous mustache. And then what else we got? Oh yeah, straight edge, pretty standard. You hold, and then it makes a straight edge. Perfect. Great. Wonderful. Lots of other cool tools you can work with too, of course. Like you've got different environments, like you can do a night sky, all beautiful. You can do different backdrops. You can like, oh, this is in the advanced settings. Normally, backdrop doesn't just do that. There's like other stuff you can do. Let me get rid of that, actually. There's other cool environments I want to show you guys. Like you've got space. Like there's the moon somewhere, I think. Normally the moon is somewhere. Is that the moon? I can't tell. No, that's just the sun. What am I thinking? Ha! Where's the moon? No moon today, I guess. Must be like in waning or waxing. I don't know. Whatever moons do. If you want to make, oh, maybe that's where the moon was. Maybe I was too big. Let's see. Yeah, there's the moon. No wonder I couldn't find it. My drawing's too big, guys. So, if you wanted to do some like artistic costume design, you wanted to like do some costume or regular outfit design, I guess. Not everybody thinks in costume form. Sorry, is my theater showing? My theater person showing? You can make statues if you wanted. Like, let's pretend this is David hunched over, and he's thinking. Or that's not David who thinks. I don't know. Whatever. Right. Okay. Then we got if you're feeling festive, you can make a snowman too. That's always fun. You know, that's this is one of the fun things I can do with the hull tool. Is really easy to make like a triangle object. Just go in a circle like this, and then boop, boom, you got a carrot nose. Let's give him some stick arms. And shiny hole for the pieces of coal eyes. And his buttons. And give him a smile. Turn that crown upside down. And then, oh yeah, you can do a cool thing here. So these are guides. Guides are really awesome. I use guides for a lot of different things, mostly because they help you make more perfect looking three-dimensional objects. So like I can take this and give this guy, give this guy a little top hat, kind of. Ooh, I messed that up. Let's make that smaller. There we go. And boom, he's got a top hat now. Well, it's like made out of a pretty weird brush, but yeah, you get the gist. All right, let's erase all of that. We don't need any of that in this. Goodbye. All right, what else? And then there's also some more basic environments, like you can do pink lemonade, or what else? Pistachio. But that was not pistachio. That's not pistachio. Oh, I see. There's the pistachio. It's like up there. Okay. And then we got illustrative. I use illustrative a lot for some of my recent projects I've been working on. I've been making some like concept designs for like a fake Generation 9 Pokemon. Frosty Cesari. Thanks, Ari. Welcome to my TED Talk on Tilt Brush. And, you know, got basic white, black, and blue backgrounds. But yeah, tons of awesome tools that you can use. And then this is the real crazy part, like, of how diverse Tilt Brush is all of the brushes. There are in total 48 different brushes that you can use in Tilt Brush. It's pretty crazy. I love it. Thanks for dropping by. For those who are just popping into the live stream now, it's J City. This is our first stream. Today we're drawing Tilt Brush. Marco, if you've stopped in, I'm terribly sorry, but unfortunately it seems that due to Facebook's copyright infringement laws or something, I will not be allowed to stream Beat Saber on Facebook Live. However, I will definitely upload some Beat Saber stuff to my YouTube channel in the future. All right, so let's move on to. I'll show you some other stuff that I've been working on in my sketchbook. Yeah, that's fine. So over here, I made wherever he is. There he is. So this one is a griffin that I wanted to mess with some new brushes that I wasn't playing with before. I'd seen my friend Rima from work using this brush on some of her, she does a lot of like dress design and stuff. And so I like saw her doing that and it looked like feathers. So I was like, oh, I should, do something that looks like feathered. I've also used this for like scales and stuff too. But yeah, so I combined the cell vinyl brush and a little bit of the hull tool to make a griffin. Rawr, very ferocious. And yeah, this one was a lot of work because, you know, you have to make a lot of individual brush strokes. And then also, after I was done, I realized like he was very hollow. So I went in there with a unlit hull tool and just gave him a little body inside so that he doesn't look empty inside. So yeah, that's my Griffin. And what else can I show you guys that I've been working on? Oh yeah, because I want to like do more work with like people and stuff. This is a kind of Da Vinci style anime dude that I made, just to kind of practice drawing people more too. And the whole circle and everything. And then, yeah. This tool, what tool did I use for this guy? It's a pinched marker, I see. Pinched markers are really great for creating like these kind of sketch pieces so that you can kind of make an outline for what you're gonna create first, and then you can like fill it in later, which I did with one of my other pieces. This is a really ugly version of my cat, Luna. If you are already friends with me on Facebook, you've probably seen pictures of Luna. She's adorable, but she does not look as ugly on here. Vitruvian Man? Oh, that was, I think he's just the man. I can't remember what he's called. It's like the Da Vinci's man model, to answer Ari's question. Yeah. This is my first live stream, so I'm discovering new things about how the Facebook Live stuff works. Yeah, so this is Luna. I'm just gonna quick load that. Let's see. Yep, there's Luna. She does not look that creepy, so pay no heed. And then this was a really fun project. Sasha was giving me a prompt, so I decided to recreate the scene where Harry from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, when Harry takes out a bunch of Dementors to protect Sirius Black. So I started with, like, as you can see here, I started with Sirius's like basic outline. I went and like ended up erasing a lot of his outlines. So when you see a whole piece done, if there's any parts of the brushstroke that you've erased, when it's loading, you actually won't see some of the work, the old work that you did. So you're only going to see like the final product, and not always necessarily in the order that it was created. So Sirius took a lot of work, as you can see. Like, I spent a long time doing a lot of individual brushstrokes. For this one, I used the marker tool, which was like a little bit hard to do, just to make it still like kind of three-dimensional. But by utilizing like shading and stuff like that, I was able to kind of give it the illusion of 3D, even though I'm using a lot of two-dimensional brushes. So yeah, this one I really wanted to show you guys, like doing the loading version rather than quick loading through it, just so I can kind of explain the process I went through. So with Harry too, like I ended up erasing a lot of the brush strokes I used for his outline. And so yeah, like as you can see, like yeah, there's some parts like where if you look at certain angles, you'll be able to see like through him and stuff, which at first I was like, oh, that looks terrible, but like, you know, when you're really like looking out at the drawing and not looking out super close, you can't really tell, so it like doesn't matter that much. And then over here, here's future Harry getting his Patronus spell stance ready. This one was a lot of fun to make. Making his mouth like that. And then I, as you'll soon see, eventually. Oh, here comes the first Dementor. What tool did I use for the Dementors? I can't remember. The Dementors, I went with a more stylistic approach. But I wanted them to be very like creepy and elusive, so I used a lot of like kind of translucent brushes. Oh, that's weird. So for the Dementor, I cheated. I used a lot of I used a lot of the copy paste tool, which apparently, like as I'm watching this now, even though I didn't draw each of these guys individually, it's going to slowly load every one of them. So that's going to take a long time. So I might just have to skip the load, even though I wanted to show some of the process of drawing this. But like, if it's going to do this for every single Dementor, that's going to take forever. Because I used the copy paste for a lot of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip to that. Ari says, Expecto Patronum! And so does Harry. So here's that. This is the final product. I used that Comet tool that I told you guys about earlier. Really fun to kind of make this very flowing, almost fiery creature out of it. That was a lot of fun. And then, of course, I wanted to like give Harry some like magical effects, like circle thing around him. That was fun. And then got the moon up there too, to like, you know, make it. Although I just realized, technically, in this scene, that should be a full moon. So I'm sorry for any of the like detail-oriented sticklers out there for Harry Potter. Yes, I now realize it should have been a full moon, because this is the scene where Lupin turns into a werewolf, and he wouldn't turn into a werewolf if it wasn't a full moon. Alright. Anyway, so yeah, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Eventually, just because this drawing ended up becoming like such a big piece, which is funny because like I've definitely done bigger pieces than this. And eventually, like, as I was copy pasting the Dementors, it started to like overload and lag the drawing. So it was like making it all wonky, and you do not want that when you're in VR. Like, it can be so easy to get like motion sickness if the frame rate is terrible. So I kind of had to settle with the amount of Dementors it would let me copy paste before it started getting a little woozy there. But yeah, this was a really fun project though, and it made me want to do more Harry Potter stuff. So I actually have started another Harry Potter thing, but I'll get to that in a second. First, I want to show you guys oh no, don't do that. First I'm going to show you guys some Pokemon that I've been working on. I've been posting these on my Facebook, but I came up with an idea. I've always liked the idea of a Mediterranean Pokemon region, like one that's based on like the Mediterranean, so like Greece and Italy and Rome and everything. So I based these animals on animals that would be like more likely to be in that region. So we got our grass type, which, you know, is a play on like a dandelion. It's like, yeah, he's like a lion. But I wanted to make him a liger, because we have a lot of lions, but not any liger Pokemon. And that would also give him the excuse for being like more rare, and therefore a starter Pokemon that there's only like one of in the game. We got Cubbly, very cute. Growliger, who is appropriately, you know, awkward and ugly, as in like the middle stage Pokemon. And then awesome Grandelion. That was really fun to make. There's a flower tool that you can do, or a petal tool, excuse me, to make his like grassy, flowery petal effect. That was a lot of fun. Here's our fire starter. I based him on a Minotaur just because the fire starters have always been based on like the Chinese zodiac. So I used the excuse for needing a cow/ox based fire starter to make him into a Minotaur, which fits into the Greek Mediterranean pantheon here. So we got Minotaur, adorable. I want one now. Tarable, yes, I'm really sorry for these puns. It's Pokemon names, like they're always very funny. And then Minotaurch, awesome, like horns on fire and stuff. Yeah, it was fun to make. And then we got over here, based on the Kelpie and the hippocampus, which is like a seahorse mermaid, like a mer horse creature. So we got Kelponi, Campedo, and Capricorn. Very elegant and awesome looking. I gave him these cool goggle glasses things that are made out of bubbles at first, and then they become these like cool goggle things for going through the water at like top speeds or something ridiculous. You know, you can make a ridiculous Pokedex entry easily for that. For why he has those. And we got your first root Pokemon. Greece has a lot of shrews, apparently, I researched. So I wanted to make one based on a shrew. And apparently, shrews use echolocation. So I thought it would be cool to kind of combine that into making Shrew-tenna. So he's like a shrew with an antenna. And he uses like echolocation and signals to like bounce around. Then we got Shrewdar. He's a radar shrew guy. So he's very fuzzy, but he has this like fluffy tail that shoots out radio signals and stuff. And then over here we got La Larva. Oh yes, this is based on a cicada. Cicada? I don't know. Here's La Larva, Nymphony, and Corcada, because cicadas are like famous for making a lot of noise. So I thought, oh, let's make a singing bug. So in line with the Cricketune kind of Pokemon. And I wanted to make him very like he's an opera singer and give him like little musical notes on him and stuff. And then over here, I forget the name of this bird, but I was looking up like Mediterranean birds. I think it's called like the hippo. No, the hoppo. No. There's some like bright colored yellow bird that I found. I was like, oh, that would make a great Pokemon. So I made Hoppo and Swoopo. So he like hops around at first. He's got this funky little swoop beak, and then he evolves into Swoopo, who's I can't remember the name of this dang bird, but it's apparently in a lot of mythology to be like assigned to royalty. So I wanted to make him kind of like almost have this like royal crest, and then like almost a cape out of his feathers and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. And then I think I did one more. Oh yeah, this one was a ton of fun to make. So I wanted to do some like forest-based Pokemon. So I got we don't have a Coyote Pokemon yet. So here's Cryote, Slyote. I know, more of these Poke puns. And then Owlive and Owlini, based on an olive tree, and also the goddess Athena, her like animal symbol, Hoopo. Thank you, Ari. I appreciate you. The Owlive and Aline are based on the goddess Athena, who gave famously olive branches, or the Greeks, the olive tree, as a gift. And that was why the people of Athens named the city after her, because she gave him this awesome gift of the olive tree. So this is a owl olive tree Pokemon. And then over here, this one is kind of supposed to be based on Artemis, or a Pokemon that Artemis would use. I couldn't decide if I wanted to make Pokemon based off of Greek gods themselves, or like Pokemon that, if they like were used by a gym leader or Elite Four member who was based on a Greek god. So this is kind of in line with Artemis, who used bows and arrows. This is Fawn Shot and Buckshot. So they are a psychic type, uses like psychic bow and arrow thing here. Yeah. But yeah. So that's almost it. I did another one of these guys. These like mannequin dudes. Just to like practice the 3D version of it. Also got inspired by Black Lives Matter movement. I wanted to make a three-dimensional version of the fist. So I used the light tool and straight edge to kind of make that same fist, but make it like three-dimensional. That was cool projects to make. And also black. Just so. Anyway, and then this is the current project I'm working on, which I think for the remainder of the live stream, I'm going to kind of walk through my process and continue to create it. So I wanted to create, again with a prompt from Sasha, I wanted to make that opening scene, or it's not the opening scene, that famous scene from Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone for most of the American viewers here, probably. When they're like going across the lake to Hogwarts. And yeah, so I started making that. Can't decide like how stylized I want it to be. I ended up going with like, yeah, making Hogwarts with the hull tool to make it more three-dimensional. And I think that looks fine. I might make it darker though, like come back and do the recolor tool. Yeah, here's kind of lake. Here's that comet tool again to make the water. And I started working on Hagrid here. Hagrid has, you know, a lot of hair, so gotta give him old, big old bushy beard here. And yeah, can't remember what tool I used to start him. I probably used like marker and pinched marker for his outline here. But yeah, for those of you just joining the live stream, welcome again. This is my first live stream. We are playing Tilt Brush, Google Tilt Brush. And today I'm going to be completing, or continuing to work on, because who knows how much detail is going to go into this piece today. Well, actually got a pretty decent amount done with Hagrid, it looks like. Yeah, I'm going to continue to create this drawing. If you enjoy what you're watching, please feel free to hit that like button, share this live feed with your friends and family. Of course, follow my J City page. I'm going to try to see if I can get this hooked up to the J City page. I know I'm posting from my personal page right now, but hopefully I'll be able to get it to stream from that page soon. Yeah, so all right, let's get to drawing. First I'm gonna just adjust my headset. some shading. Make this a little bit more alive. Already pretty dark, but I think I can manage. And then we got the light coming from back there. That's one thing you need to think about when drawing in 3D is you adding the giant squid. Ooh, that's a good idea. I should add the giant squid. I might have to now. But one thing you have to think about when drawing in 3D is how everything kind of interacts with each other. Like we've got, you know, Hogwarts over here, and because it's a source of light, essentially, unfortunately, Tilt Brush isn't always going to recognize that. So you kind of have to add the lighting in yourself anyway, which you would in normal drawing anyway. So it makes sense. But no, let's see if I take this color and then alright, so it's like kind of like, so that's where that is there. So I'm gonna see if I can figure out where on the color wheel those two colors would meet. Right about there. So let's say like right in between there, but make it like way brighter. Maybe not that much brighter. Okay. So now we've got Hagrid's lighter green here. I'm gonna add some shading onto him. Let's make it slightly darker. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, it's a pinched marker for sure. Okay. I'm gonna use not the pinched marker. We've gotten our details done. Like, you know, just like Bob Ross says, you know, like it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be like you. Like, I like to use that philosophy too when drawing. Like, I'll do something a little bit more like sketchy. Like, the details don't necessarily matter all that much. You know, as long as you've got the feeling that you were going for, that's really what matters. So it's okay if it's like not perfect or exact. Like, especially when you're making a really big piece like this. Like, while detail is nice, it's not necessary. Because, you know, like, that would also make a piece like this take forever. Just because then you're like working through all of this different details and stuff. And then you're like, oh gosh, what have I gotten myself into? So yeah, let's see. So now we've got like, yeah, some light on Hagrid's back there from that light coming from Hogwarts. We'll probably add some lighting onto the thing here. So now let's also give this boat some lighting. I'm on a boat. Hagrid's on a boat and he's going fast and he's like right there. Yeah. That's basically it. Let's draw. Still using that pinched marker. I'll just have to make sure because I'm planning on copying and pasting this boat eventually to make the other boats. I'll just have to make sure that I keep everything kind of in a way that it won't throw things off later. You may see what I mean as I get further into this sketch. Hagrid doesn't have any feet. It'd probably be nice for him to have some shoes or something. Let's give him some shoes. Let's get some shoes. Can you remember that video? It was like from forever ago. Maybe before some of our viewers' time. Who knows? Yeah, making that outline of his shoe here. And here. If you've ever wanted to pick up drawing, best thing you can do is just do it. Just practice. Or, spend your time in class drawing instead of learning like I did. Nah, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Stay in school, kids. Or, as in school as you can be these days with everything that's going on. I like how that's become a common thing for people to say right now, is with everything that's been going on. With all this stuff happening right now. Times are hard. That's okay. We all got each other. That was one thing I discovered when I first started using Tilt Brush. I was like, oh, that looks really hard. And it is. Because, you have to think in 3D when you're doing Tilt Brush. You can't just, draw a 2D character, you can't just go, let me show you. You can't just be like, oh, here's a dude, and he's standing in the lake, and then, you turn over here, and then suddenly, oh, okay, well, now he's, like this. You have to think in 3D and make sure that everything about what you're doing is adhering to that space. Well, I mean, like Bob Ross, you don't have to necessarily do that. But when you're, let's let's not erase the lake today. Uh-oh. Oh no. I might have done a boo-boo. It's okay. That's what the redo tool is for. Because I drew him into the lake. Oops. Alright, now I see. Okay. But yeah, you don't have to make things 3D, but it definitely looks a lot better. So let's make it night sky. There we go. Oh yeah, that's so much better already. Cool. So we got Hagrid here in his boat. Let's give him a little bit more shading here. Use that. Let's try to use that tool here. Now that I know where my light source is coming from, or at least one light source, you can add different light sources. Oh, I just realized. Yeah, you can add different light sources. That was one tool I didn't go over. So here you have this nifty lighting tool. So depending on where you are holding it, let's do a secondary light. Let's make it the same color as Hogwarts over here. Let's add a secondary light. See what happens. So when you put it over here, maybe it won't have any effect. Let's see what happens when we do. Yeah. So you can have invisible lights that you can control over here. I don't want it to be pink though. I want it to be the same color as Hogwarts. So now I'm gonna add that over here. Oh yeah, that's so much better. Oh yeah, so much better now. And then also now you've got well, now it also looks like the light is coming from behind Hogwarts. But you know what? That's fine. Because I think maybe I'll put the moon up there behind Hogwarts anyway, so then it's almost like I've got 2 lights. So that's, yeah, another cool thing that you can do in Toothbrush. Fill light. Oh, I see. Let's make it nice deep blue. Yeah, now we're talking. Oh yeah, that looks so much better with the lighting now. Now I don't have to go in and recolor this, because the lighting just does everything. Cool. Yeah, one awesome thing about Toothbrush is just all the tools that are at your disposal. Speaking of other tools at your disposal, this is something you can do too. The featured models that people upload onto Poly. Still working on like how to do that for like some of my models. Like I've shared stuff on Poly before, which you may have seen if you've been on my Facebook page. But yeah, I haven't figured out how to get it so that I can look at it on here. Because I share stuff on Poly, but yeah. But yeah, there's tons of stuff you can do. Like if you're into Star Wars, you got treasure trove stuff like, hey, let's put an AT&T walker in Harry Potter. Oh yeah, that's canon. All right, just kidding. Let's take him out of here. Bye. All right, you too. But yeah. Anyway, let's not get distracted, Jordan. Yeah, we got her. So while the light definitely added what we needed for the 3-dimensional parts of this drawing, it definitely isn't going to affect the markers in the same way. So I will still have to go in with markers. Let me see. Let me save and then just do a quick time check here. Alright. Oh, 9 minutes left. Alright. Cool. So I guess I won't get to a whole lot of this drawing today after all, it looks like. But that's fine. I'm making progress. And I wanted to show you guys some of the cool stuff I've already done. Look at him. Got big old hands, big old fingers. Not making like 2 Mickey Mouse. Uh-huh. You're a wizard, Harry! I'm also simultaneously recording this on my phone, so I'll probably also add a little video of me doing this like in the corner, like you see a lot of other streamers doing these days. Is that what the kids are doing these days? Recording themselves and putting themselves on the YouTubes. And then yeah, see, like with the marker tool, you can just fill things in now and then use those outlines and shading to kind of give the illusion of it being a 3-dimensional object. Just know that, like, yeah, you'll have to go in and do that to a lot of your drawing. And also, like, because it's a 2D brush, like, it depends on the way you do it. Like, when I brush towards that direction, that's going to make that way 3D. So, see how it's like creates a ribbon almost? So, what you want to do is make sure that from the direction that you want it to look full, just make sure you're drawing from that direction. That way, when you go through it, it looks more full. And then boom, now Hagrid has like a whole arm and everything. Every piece of music sounds funnier when you sing it like Peter Griffin from Family Guy. Just looks pretty good. One more outline to his collar here too. We might just get to Hagrid today, but that's actually I'm gonna add some shading onto Hagrid's face here because he just looks empty inside. Hagrid's not empty. Very, very full, wonderful person. Just adding more shading onto him because technically light's coming from behind him, so it's gonna look like he's got like, I don't know, mud on his face or that he's just dirty or something. But that's fine. Yeah. Or maybe I'll just ignore. No, that looks terrible. I don't like it. Hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Alright, let's fix that. Yeah, that's more doable, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, that's better. I'll take it. Right. Yeah, we got Hagrid on the lake. And there's Hogwarts. And over here we got, some cool statues and stuff. I didn't want to, do too much detail on anything close to Hogwarts because the real focal point of the drawing is going to be like right here with the lake and the boats and stuff. Yeah, maybe I will shift a little bit of this thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. That's pretty good. Maybe I just want that color. The color of those towers there. Yeah, that's much better. Cool. So yeah. Go ahead and see that. Right, cool. Well, welcome to Hogwarts. Yeah, alright. Whose toad is this? I don't know what Ari's talking about with my toad, but yeah. Oh, I see now. It's from Neville. I got you now. That reference. I understood that reference. Okay. Anyway, so it's about time to start wrapping up. So yeah, that was Tilt Brush, you guys. I'm gonna be doing more of these in the future. I'm gonna kind of set up a streaming schedule to give you guys a little preview of some other stuff I would like to do in the future. Definitely want to play some Echo VR. I've gotten somewhat decent at it. Beat Saber, like I said earlier in the stream, it looks like there's some copyright stuff going on with Beat Saber, so probably won't be able to do that on Facebook at least. But there's literally nothing stopping me from being able to do it on YouTube instead. So I may do that in the future. So if you want, I will let you guys know on Facebook when I'm streaming on YouTube for Beat Saber, or the people who wanted me to do Beat Saber, or person, because it was literally one person who voted and wanted me to do Beat Saber. But yeah, for those who don't know what this game is, Echo VR, it's kind of like a zero gravity frisbee football game, and it's awesome. I'm very excited to play it and show you guys my skill. I don't really have many skills. I'm just kidding. But other stuff I can show you guys too. We have Vacation Simulator, which I haven't played any Vacation Simulator. I've mostly been just like watching Sasha play, because that's more like her jam. Same with Job Simulator we have too. But maybe I'll jump onto those sometime too. They're fun. They're really quirky, like silly games. So if I'm not in the mood for those three, like maybe I'll pop onto one of those. Yeah, cool. So it's been an awesome live stream, guys. Thanks for the likes and the comments. And if you enjoyed this, please feel free to invite other people to come and watch with you. And yeah, let me know what other kinds of content you're excited to see in the comments below. Thanks for watching. All right, cool. Bye.